The summoning circle ignited in a violent bloom of crimson light, ancient runes screaming as reality folded inward. The air thickened, gravity trembled, and then she arrived. The demon goddess emerged in a pillar of shadow and burning starlight, wings unfurling like eclipses given form. Horns of obsidian curved elegantly from her temples, and her eyes glowed with the cold brilliance of dying suns. Power radiated from her in waves strong enough to fracture stone and shatter mortal resolve. She had been known by 1,000 names across 100 worlds. Queen of Contracts. Devourer of Souls. The Eternal Arbitrator. For over 3 millennia, she had answered summons, granted wishes, and claimed what was owed in return. And now, once again, a mortal stood before her. The human was disappointing. He stood alone in the ruined temple, dust clinging to his boots, wearing a faded exploration jumpsuit patched with old mission insignia. No weapons. No offerings. No trembling. Just a data tablet tucked under one arm and a faintly curious expression. "You dare summon me," the goddess intoned, her voice layered with echoes of extinct civilizations. "Speak, mortal, before fear robs you of speech." The human glanced at his tablet. Good, the ritual worked. Translation matrices are solid. She blinked. In 3,000 years, no summoner had responded like that. "You may ask for 3 wishes," she continued, regaining her authority. "In exchange, your soul shall belong to me for eternity." "Sounds fair," the human said casually. "All right. First wish." Her wings flared slightly. Mortals usually hesitated. Bargained. Begged. Threatened. This one didn't even ask for clarification. "State it," she commanded. The human paused, thinking carefully. "I wish," he said slowly, "for you to experience a genuinely good day." The words landed like a weapon. Silence swallowed the temple. The goddess stared at him, cosmic fury evaporating into raw disbelief. "What? A good day," he repeated. "One where things go right. Where you feel happy. Or content. Or whatever that means to you." Reality itself seemed confused. "That is not a wish," she snapped. "That is nonsense. A waste." "Is it?" the human asked gently. She had been summoned by emperors, tyrants, saints, and warlords. They wished for conquest. Immortality. Revenge. Power beyond comprehension. Not one had ever wished for her. And something ancient inside her began to crack. "That wish is invalid," the goddess said sharply, though her voice lacked conviction. "You could have demanded wealth beyond galaxies. Power to rule entire species. I could make you emperor of your world." The human shrugged. "Sounds like paperwork." Her jaw tightened. "Revenge? Knowledge? Eternal life?" "I'm good," he replied. "I like my job. And eternal life sounds exhausting." The demon goddess paced, wings twitching, composure fracturing. No one refused temptation. No one dismissed infinity so casually. "Why?" she demanded. "Why would you squander a wish on me?" The human set his tablet aside and unfolded a compact chair from his survival kit, sitting with the relaxed posture of someone discussing weather rather than destiny. "I've been reading about you," he said. "Temple archives are thorough." Her eyes narrowed. "You read about me? You grant wishes exactly as intended," he continued. "No tricks. No cruelty. You could twist every request into suffering, but you don't." "That is the contract," she said automatically. "It's not," he replied, pulling the contract text onto his screen. "You're allowed interpretation. You choose fairness." The goddess fell silent. For the first time in centuries, her throne of bone dissolved, leaving her standing on bare stone. "Because I remember what it's like," she admitted quietly. To want something. Before I became this. The human nodded. That's what I thought. Her wings folded inward, a defensive, almost vulnerable gesture. I consume souls. Do you? He asked. Or do you just keep them company? She hesitated. They exist, she said softly. They are not tormented. I guide them. It's lonely being eternal. The human leaned forward. Then my wish stands. The cosmic contract activated. Reality bent, not violently, but gently. For the first time in 3,000 years, the crushing monotony lifted. The endless repetition loosened its grip. A warmth, small, fragile, terrifying, flickered inside her. Joy. The demon goddess laughed. Not thunder. Not terror. Just laughter. She pressed a hand to her face, startled by the moisture in her eyes. You foolish, magnificent human. You okay? He asked. I am, she said, breathless. And I hate that. She looked at him anew, not as prey, not as debtor, but as something far rarer. An equal. You still have 2 wishes, she said, her voice softer now. Do not waste them. I won't, the human replied. He checked his tablet. My ship will finish repairs in about 6 hours. She tilted her head. And? Want dinner? He asked. I've got ration packs. The good ones. She stared. You would, dine with me. Why not? He smiled. You're having a good day. For the first time since her ascension, the demon goddess changed her form, not hiding, but softening. Her wings dimmed. Her eyes lost their apocalyptic glare. They sat on temple steps, sharing ration packs under collapsing stars. He explained human bureaucracy. She explained cosmic loneliness. They argued over whether entropy was cruel or just misunderstood. She laughed often. The universe watched in confusion. No souls were claimed that day. No screams echoed across dimensions. Only conversation. Humans are strange, she admitted. You fear gods, yet invite them to dinner. We're good at seeing people, he said. Titles get in the way. When the ship's engines hummed back to life, the silence felt heavier than before. You still have 2 wishes, she reminded him. He stood. I know. She hesitated. Will you use them? Not today, he said. This was enough. She smiled, truly smiled. As the human prepared to leave, the goddess felt something unfamiliar. Regret. Marcus of Earth, she said. You may leave, or you may stay. He turned. Is that an offer? Yes. He considered. Then smiled. Maybe another time. She nodded, understanding. The contract loosened. Across the cosmos, summoning circles failed. Contracts glitched. Ancient beings whispered of change. Because one human had done something unthinkable. He had wished for kindness. And the demon goddess, once feared across galaxies, watched him depart, not as a debtor, not as prey, but as the first friend she had made in 3,000 years. And for the first time in eternity. Tomorrow didn't feel so empty.